How competitive eaters stay so lean. You hear that, fat shits, all right? If a competitive eater, someone who eats for a living, could stay in shape, bro, why can't you? Huh? All right, Bigums. All right, get to it.
The other day I was being productive, watching a hot dog eating contest, and noticed something.
Oh, bro. There's no way his sweat is like natural sweat, bro. Some of that has to be like some greasy, like oily ass shit. Get the fuck away from me. Are you eating fucking jars of mayonnaise? Ooh, y'all do anything to break a world record now. A jar. What the fuck even? What's the point of mayonnaise, bro? Who asks for mayonnaise on a sandwich? Does it add flavor, taste? No, it's just extra calories and fat. All right, thickums. Shit. That is disgusting.
All the top eaters are pretty healthy.
I mean, just look at the lean faces on the Major League Eating leaderboards.
I don't even know
want to find
how.
out how somebody who regularly eats over 10,000 calories
And they stay
a day
lean.
looks like this. Many speculate
He don't look healthy, skinny, but hey.
about a darker side to the career. But these glizzy gobblers,
Matt
give those of us
Stoney!
with scary appetites hope.
I used to always watch Matt Stone, bro.
And again, I don't have like this crazy metabolism of the gods.
So how are they doing it?
Yeah, how do they do
Should
this,
we use
bro?
any of their tactics ourselves?
Hey, they toilet be disgusting, dude. I know they toilet is
Strangely,
nasty.
almost all competitive eaters have deep backgrounds in health and fitness. Matt Stoney studied nutrition, Santel, a registered nutritionist, Neo, a registered nutritionist.
There's no fucking way this is a competitive eater, bro. This is a competitive eater? Yeah, I give up.
Katina eats kilos, a background in bodybuilding.
This is bad, all right? I feel like this is encouraging me to go eat whatever the fuck I want, and then I can stay lean.
Beard Meats Food.
Let's see what it
An
is.
impressive fitness background. And it's not a coincidence. With this sport, getting your nutritional approach right can quite literally be a matter of life and death. Here's a CT scan of a competitive eater's stomach after they were rushed to hospital. You can see the food pushing their organs around.
Oh, wow.
It's a risky escapade.
I didn't even think of it like
This
that.
is 69 hot dog buns, 69 hot dogs, and over 2 quarts of water. This is what it looks like inside the human body.
That's a
Surely no
whole
human
Bro, that's a whole baby, bro.
is able to stomach this without ruptures, right?
The rock on which he stands is not a rock. It is the United States of America.
Bro, they really got a fan base
This is-
for watching grown men suck fucking
Joey
glizzies
Chestnut.
down their throat.
He just devoured 71 hot dogs in under 10 minutes, making him the greatest competitive eater in history.
How do you
A man
find
of
out you're
unhinged
good at
powers.
like eating
And
hot
one of his
dogs?
secrets, maintaining a healthy weight.
I do gain weight, and it's a battle. I have to be aware of it because if I lose track of my long-term calorie intake, I gain weight, then I start losing contests. I hate losing.
What?
Coincidentally, this is the ideal body, according to competitive
Okay,
eaters.
let's get it.
A short neck, long torso, and wider build. But this doesn't mean fat. The belt of fat theory suggests that belly fat restricts the stomach's abilities to expand, limiting the amount of food the competitive eater can ingest. Excessive fat gain also limits the contestant's ability to breathe while shoveling food down their gullet.
Oh my god. Donuts, bro. I
If I
love
wasn't
donuts.
taking care of myself, if I wasn't physically in great shape, then I wouldn't be able to physically compete at a
And he's not even, I wouldn't even say he's like a regular normal build. He's fucking lean, bro. Look at his fucking jawline. Maybe he just has that genetics right there,
high
but
level.
Okay, so we know that staying somewhat fit is a requirement for elite competitive eating. But this doesn't explain how the knockbanger, hungry fat chick
Oh,
ended
yeah,
up with
nasty.
off-the-chart obesity, while competitive eaters maintain an ideal weight. Many believe it's the difference between a slow and a fast metabolism.
all right, some metabolism, and you can't really control that, right? Isn't that kind of just
Competitive eating
made,
comment
or
sections
you
are
born
full
with
of
it or not?
people dissatisfied with their slow metabolisms. But according to competitive eaters,
Damn.
their metabolisms aren't anything special.
There are so many misconceptions about food challenges and food challengers. One of them
Leah Shutkever.
is that we've got so much
Hey, that's a competitive eater name if I've ever heard one.
magic
Feel me?
metabolisms and that we're just able to eat loads of food all of the time. It is not the case.
Matt Stoney has an estimated BMR of 1,516 calories per day. Mickey Sudo, 1,223
He only eats 1,500 calories a day. That's not a lot, bro. But that's how he stays
calories.
lean.
And Beard Meats Food, 1,623
They probably drink hella water.
calories. According to studies, two people of the exact same height, weight, age, sex, body composition, and lifestyle could have energy needs that differ by 800 calories per day. This could be the difference between a 1,100 or a 1,900 calorie BMR. Some people are genetically gifted
BMR?
with a faster metabolism, but it's rare, and it doesn't mean they can swallow sausages all day without getting fat. Statistically, most people within 200 calories.
I have any competitive eaters down in the chat? And I ain't talking about food, ladies. No, I get my bad. I was
This is
nasty.
why competitive eaters get frustrated with people talking about the metabolism like it's some ancestral curse. All the while, they put a lot of effort into losing fat.
Anyway, it does not matter how fast your metabolism is. If you eat in excess of calories consistently, you're going to gain weight.
Exactly.
Also, believe it or not, I do have an average metabolism.
But they probably don't eat like they don't eat like this every day. This is probably like once a month they eat some
Many
crazy
do
shit
to
like
speed
that.
up their metabolism.
Once a week maybe.
Weightlifting.
Once a month is crazy
It's
actually.
estimated that by gaining 10 kilograms of muscle and losing 10 kilograms of fat,
All right, there's a whole lot of math going on. I don't know how I feel about
per
it.
day, giving you an extra 31,000 calories to play with over the year.
Although I'm not some muscle-bound juicehead, what mass is on my body is mostly muscle. So to sustain my body weight
Mostly muscle.
and that activity level, in addition to keeping me
Yeah, his beard looks like it stinks, bro. I don't understand how people keep a long beard like that.
alive,
I
my body
can't grow
needs
a
more
beard, so I
calories
can't talk
than
shit. This is all I
somebody
got.
Who doesn't weight train.
Competitive eaters may
Damn,
burn a
I
few
really got
hundred more
nothing.
calories per day.
She got
There's
more hair
no
on her
way
face than me.
This could ever offset weekly 10,000 calorie challenges. So I wanted to find out how they eat outside of competitions.
Okay, let's
Most of what I
see.
prepare at home is raw fruits, fresh vegetables, a lot of lean meats.
Routine after contests is to eat super high fiber.
Is that I focus
Hey, that fiber, bro. That shit makes you shit,
a
bro.
lot on vegetables, maybe like a lean or a fat-free dairy. Otherwise, I kind of just fill the gaps with whatever else works.
I am massively into eating clean, and then when it's time to
Damn, so
slow
they
down,
eat clean.
then I go in on the food.
My daily diet consists of a lot of vegetables, fruits, low-fat proteins, but a lot of microdense foods, and I, in fact, actually enjoy eating like salads and broccoli, green beans, corn.
If you don't like vegetables, grow up, bro. Grow up.
Healthy eating, great. But how exactly is this helping them lose weight?
Your body does reflect what you do over 90% of the time, and I am probably a competitive eater 4 days of every month.
You can be a competitive eater.
Doesn't eat like this all the time. In fact, most do around one challenge per week.
The single most important factor, and I can't stress this enough, when it comes to gaining weight or losing weight, is the amount of calories you consume over time.
This makes it a simple equation.
To maintain
Overtime, all right? Not just a one-day
my
thing.
weight, I need to eat roughly 18 to 20,000 calories per week. So if I film a restaurant challenge that's, say, 7,000 calories, I know that throughout the rest of the week, I have 11,000 calories to play with.
On their off days,
That's not bad for her. That's
they
not
drop their
bad.
calories to prevent weight gain. To fill their larger than average stomachs with few calories, they volume eat.
It lets me eat a large amount of food without having to consume a large amount of calories.
Take this example.
All right,
This is
let's see, let's
1,000 calories
see.
of strawberries.
Damn.
Looks like next to 1,000 calories of donut.
Oh my god, bro. The portion like difference is absolutely insane. Like them donuts are so good, but it's like look at that amount. All right? This is what people got to take into consideration, all right? Because I lost a lot of weight. This is how you do it.
Competitive
You gotta
eaters
find low
opt for
calorie
very
foods
high
that are
volume
good.
foods to stay sane while in a calorie deficit.
2¼ pounds of salad. It's rich in protein, really good macros. Basically, I'm eating this entire
Salad don't got
meal
protein.
for roughly 1,000 calories.
The fiber content also helps keep competitive eaters full, and the micronutrients helps keep their bodies healthier.
If you want to do food challenges, you better love to learn vegetables and fruit.
Many, including Matt Stoney, supplement with whey protein and
Whey
consume high
protein?
diets. Protein not only helps
Damn.
prevent muscle loss and a calorie deficit, but is the most filling macronutrient per calorie. So a high protein diet can help you lose weight. If we come back to the diagram that shows how we burn our calories,
Eat
there's a
teeth
section
meat.
called TEF,
What the
which
fuck
stands
is
for the thermic
teeth?
effect of food. It's the amount of calories your body
Teeth.
burns breaking down foods. It typically takes more energy to break down protein in comparison to the other macronutrients. This seems to also be the case for nutritious whole foods versus ultra-processed foods. So the thermic
Nah, my worst enemy I would say is honestly like I love a fat juicy burger, but I know when I eat that it's just gonna sit in my gut. So I'd rather spend it on like some nice sweets, desserts, because I know that like I'll feel like shit, but not as bad as the burger.
effect of eating a high-protein diet with lots of whole foods is another very small factor, helping competitive eaters maintain a healthy weight. But let's not get distracted.
It all comes down to calorie balance.
Makes
Calorie
sense.
balance.
But if this is the case, what about practices before competitions? And many comments suggesting they have more disordered habits. We'll get to that.
They
But
throw up
first,
after
we need to
eating.
explore their
Ooh.
cardio, because they must do tons of it, right?
Oh yeah, exercise.
I can't think of anything worse than getting on a treadmill and just sprinting for, 15 minutes.
I don't do any crazy amounts of cardio. I go to the gym. I purposefully lift my weights, maybe 4 to 5 days a week right now.
That's good.
It.
Surprisingly,
But she said that's it, bro. Like the normal person does that, bro. Normal people don't do that.
Cardio for weight loss. Cardio is overrated for burning calories for most people, which is why it represents the smallest amount of calories burned per day on this chart. It's not at all necessary for fat loss. That's not to say competitive eaters don't do cardio.
I'm usually doing between 3 to 4 hours of actual training, and that's endurance training. So
Yasir Salam is another competitive eater.
Yasir Salam.
His energy expenditure chart probably looks more like this. This is how the most decorated
5,000
Olympian of all
calories.
time, Michael Phelps, was able to maintain his weight, eating 8 to 10,000 calories per day.
No way. Michael Phelps ate 8 to 10,000. He's a competitive eater at this point. Wait, how?
It's brutal. Brutal.
But aggressively swimming after a 10,000 calorie curry is likely to result in embarrassment and a ban from your leisure center.
So he just does cardio every single day?
Even if you...
Why do you need 8 to 10,000 calories? That's excessive, bro. NFL linemen don't even eat 8 to 10,000 calories a day.
Run an extra 10 kilometers
Let
every
alone
day,
a fucking
only
swimmer.
600-ish calories. The equivalent of this much peanut butter. Which is why most competitive eaters, if they do any cardio at all, are more moderate.
Damn.
Joey Chestnut claimed to run 2 to 3 times per week to help him push the boundaries for human hot dog consumption.
Yo,
Cardio helps me with my breathing during contests, but I don't depend on cardio to burn calories necessarily. I try to get into a calorie deficit.
Because while it's a helpful fat loss tool, competitive eaters like to use a much more sustainable fat loss accelerator.
But I don't do anything any crazier than going for regular walks outside for cardio.
I walk a lot every day.
NEAT represents a large proportion of the
So they
calories you
just
burn per day.
walk.
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis is a calories you burn from fidgeting, walking, and any activity that is an exercise. There's a reason in bodybuilding, when the goal is to get incredibly lean, most people increase their step count. It's low intensity, so it can be done after a big challenge, for long periods, and while multitasking, making it easy to fit into daily life.
I fucking hate high intensity interval training. That's why I walk for a long time. Yeah.
This is all pretty healthy stuff.
No, I like running.
Suggesting that
running is so much better.
Competitive eaters are hiding their true weight loss methods from the public. It's me trading on an eating disorder for money, is what the 2024 Nathan's Hot Dog champion, Patrick Bertoletti, admitted to in an interview. It's no surprise why psychiatrists suggest that there's an overlap between competitive eaters and eating disorders, and why so many people in the comment section suspect they all throw up after competitions.
Drink gallon of water to expand your stomach, throw up after eating too much on challenge, profit.
Says I heard you, and basically all competitive eaters make yourself sick after the challenge. Any truth to that? I definitely don't think there is any truth to that. I think some people probably do, but I think you can't really base that on all competitive eaters.
Many do it intentionally, but this is a dangerous assumption.
The best competitive eaters do digest the food.
People always assume that
they
digest. But for my rule of thumb is I don't induce it. Like if it comes out, it comes out. We don't go induce vomiting.
I never have vomited after any of these food challenges besides when I
That's actually crazy, bro. They don't vomit after?
Milk.
While they may digest the food, many fast for long periods of time.
It costs about $40 to do a practice. I'm not eating anything for 2 days leading up to that practice, and then afterwards I'm not eating very much. I'm eating vegetables.
This is how they're able to fit a few practice runs in each month, all with the supervision of medical professionals.
One of my biggest splurges is my doctor. All the top eaters are pretty healthy. The healthier you are, the harder you can push your body.
At least they take care of their bodies. Like
eaters try to keep their weight down sustainably, and their approach is clearly effective. To use Beard Meat's food as an example, if we give him a generous BMR estimate of 1,900 calories, he walks a lot, so let's put his NEAT at 600 calories.
600 calories,
protein
burnt.
and healthy foods, but also does some challenges, so let's bet food. He eats a lot of protein and healthy foods, but also does some.
Oh my god!
Challenges.
That looks
so let's bet
gracious.
Of 300 calories. And lastly, he trains in the gym, putting his exercise activity thermogenesis about 200 calories per day. Each day, he burns around 3,000 calories, which is 21,000 calories per week. If he does one 8,000 calorie challenge a week, he now needs to eat under 2,167 calories to avoid weight gain without doing anything too crazy.
Weight gain?
Hopefully it helps some people out. And like I said, you can kind of apply this knowledge, at a less extreme level if you like.
This is the exact process I use myself, to stay in decent shape while still enjoying food. Just with more moderation, so I don't have to spend most of my days in a calorie deficit. This is what matters. Not whether you're a carnivore, keto, or fruitarian. And it doesn't matter if you can't run, have a slow metabolism, or a rampant appetite. There's something everyone can do.
Yeah, find a way, man. Find something that works for you.
Stay in decent shape. You can do so too, while still enjoying the food you like. If you want to see what happens when a once fit tribal island did the exact opposite of everything in this video.
Hey, L promo.